in Group C is that Cluj, the Romanian champions, they've won the toss and they're going to bowl first.
Hello, good morning, namaste, salam alaikum, sas sri akal. One, as the umpires make their way out. This is going to be, well, I think it's going to be a very exciting match. It's very much a repeat of what we saw this time yesterday. Maybe the weather was slightly better. It is Cluj taking on Carlton. And as you saw there from Mr. Maximo, who was there in the middle with the two captains, and the tournament referee Rob came in. It was Cluj who won the toss and have elected to field first this time. I think a lot of that has to do with how things went for them yesterday. They managed just 86, losing 8 wickets. And Carlton, well, they knocked them off, winning by 8 wickets. But different conditions here today. And I'm just wondering if that as well is what prompted Cluj to have a bowl first. But they're certainly thinking that maybe if they can try and restrict the unbeaten Carlton, who are obviously, because of that, favourites to progress from this group into finals week. They can restrict them to around about that 110 mark. That as long as the captain, Nani Gotla, and also Taranjit Singh find their form again, they should be able to knock them off. Well, that's their thinking. Well, let's see how it goes. Arun Pillai, he's going to be opening up with Rory Macan. Pillai just hasn't found the touch that he was in his earlier matches. He'll be looking to refine that touch because they certainly are going to miss Hugo Southwell. First ball, it's going to be Abdul Asif to start. And this is played away nicely in the slip in place. And it's sharp hands of Taranjit this morning. Stops that going past him. They do have also the protection of the third man back there. So it would have been a run. So Pillai trying to get off the mark. With a little push in that area. Doesn't succeed. Asif once more. This time they do go. And Rory Macan down to the other end. Batted very well yesterday, Rory. He had a good day, had a fantastic day behind the stumps. Was involved with some superb stumpings against Alton. And well, in that same match, scored a very valuable 22 of 17 deliveries. Yeah, I mean, going back to that big news, Hugo Southwell not playing in this match. Now, he's been one that's been consistently performing for them, the hard-hitting batter. He's come up in the order and also coming for them in the middle order as well. They will miss him. Somebody else needs to step up. Will Pillai find his form again? Or this man on strike now, Rory Macan. Short and put away. I suppose it's always worth a try early on to see if the batter is awake. But Rory Macan says, yeah, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm going to put away the Gundy balls, and he does. This is a real half tracker, and it just said, hit me, and hit me hard. And Rory says, okay, I'll oblige. Good morning to you, he says. So as if he needs to go back to a plan. Oh, and that's a better delivery. Better line, short of a length, good bounce. Cloudy conditions this morning. And I'd expect to see that ball move around a bit. Stark certainly did see that yesterday. Short again, and that's 4 more runs. You can't be bowling there. I mean, Rory Macan's already shown you that he's powerful with the short one. Got no protection there at all. The mid-wicket area is completely free. So picture this from square leg all the way to that man at long on inside. There's nobody there, so that's a big gap. Bowl it short, that's where it's going. This time getting short, but the line is better. It's outside the off. That's the end of the first over. 2 boundaries from it. And it's 9 without loss. So as if just finding there, you bowl short, do it at your peril. Good morning to everybody on the chat early this morning. Jonathan Woodward, good morning to you, John, from Madrid. And also, well, we go from Madrid to Bulgaria. Prakash Mishra, good morning. And plenty of banter on the chat already. Maya's there as well, and Fuji. And everybody just hoping that the rain stays away. Start of the second over. This one Sort of angles into the batter from Kohli. Had a mixed week, Kohli has. When we first saw him, he looked like he was going to be one of the key strike bowlers for the Cluj team. But then he had a little bit of a torrid time in those earlier mid of the week matches where he just lost his line, started bowling a few full bungers, but he's come back strong. This could be the one to shine in. Played away, and if that gets past the fielders, it will be 4 runs, and it is. And Taranjit Singh has come out of slips now into that position in mid-wicket, but this one has been placed beautifully. Lovely placement. Again, just straying the line, and that's just helped along by Rory Macan, notching up his 3rd boundary. Cuatro carreras más. Now, they have made a change now after 3 boundaries have gone in that area. Taranjit has gone back on it. And so he's back mid-wicket, and the 3rd man on the boundary. That's the 2 they've got at the moment. Carlton demonstrating once more that they're not shy of taking those singles. It has caused them problems sometimes. They've had a few run-outs. I would say that they're probably a team that probably had the most run-outs in their campaign this week. Kohli now to Pillai. Pillai just makes that early little shuffle. And in comes the throw. Pillai thinks about taking the second, and it's not backed up cleanly by Abdul Asif. Trying to find their voice. Cluj have had good support as well. They've got their own wags here, been supporting them. And good morning to them, wherever they are. Probably sat close to the old burners at the moment. A little bit chilly. Nice looking shot. Fielder, oh dear. Well, I say fielder has to get down. He doesn't. It gets through him. That's disappointing. And McCann, he'll take that. It's firmly struck, but look, you've got to stop these. He's no excuses for that. That sloppy. 4 runs. Wakey, boys. Big match. Remember, the winner goes all the way into the Group C final. The loser, you do get a second chance, but you rather take this one and put your feet up for the rest of the day. The combination at the moment of cheeky singles and, well, putting the bad ball away and making the most of some bad fielding. Second over comes to an end. 21 without loss. So the Scottish champions, Carlton. Nice to see the flags there of the countries as well that these club champions are representing. So we of course have the Scottish champions Carlton from Edinburgh, and they're up against Cluj, the champions of Romania. And good time to welcome back into the commentary box for the first time today, this morning, Vinny Sandhu.
Yeah, good morning to you, Rico, and morning to everyone out there. I don't know where you're watching from around the world. Great to have your company. And it's Finals Friday, bit of a grey Friday. Not what we're used to here on the Costa del Sol. Still, good to see the players out there. Here's Abdul Asif bowling over number 3.
Glorious shot. 4 more runs. Beautifully played, and it's all along the deck as well, but that's what's nice about it. And there's some of the Carlton boys there. Just 1 or 2 of them. Wrapped up a little bit at the moment.
I love their themed beanies. Fan of those.
Beanies are good.
A
glorious shot. That was through extra cover.
Temperature at the moment, I mean, it's not too cold actually. It's 14 degrees. We've had colder mornings, but yeah, for sure, Carlton had the early game a couple of times. These 2 teams did meet 24 hours ago. It was quite one-sided on that occasion. And what we saw on Super Thursday is that the other 2 in the top 3, Cluj and Alton, couldn't really get near the Scots.
Oh, wow, that's back-to-back boundaries, and despite the diving effort of the fielder, it gets through him. That's another one, and that was Shaikh. Tried. Guyssss the dive we mari Malaga Joka.
Just pure timing, wasn't it? And it's a matter of time till this Scottish top order clicks. No Southwell, of course, that's big news here on Finals Friday. And you're desperately watching, I'm sure, hoping his teammates can get the job done and book a place in Championship Week. McCann, just felt he's due some runs, and he's made a very strong start here on Finals Friday. 26 off 10
See if better line, better delivery. But again, you see, just so quick. And myself and fellow commentator Corey Ruckus yesterday were talking about Carlton. One thing they do is it's almost instinct. It's almost like, I don't know if you've played tip and run. I'm sure you have at some point as cricketers. Or indoor cricket. It's almost like as soon as you're touching the ball, you're going.
Yeah.
They just know that the pattern. They just know that their opposite number is coming. And they're making it look easy.
Yeah, it's a team game when you're out there in the middle running between the wickets. So it always helps if you have an understanding with that batting partner.
There we go again, you see. And even though he's on the back foot, he's playing this on the back foot, but it's so quick to go. That's one of the things that I know when batters are batting in nets. I mean, nets sometimes can be productive. Some people say they're not productive. But one thing when you're batting in nets is good coaches always say you're not just playing the shot, but you're also taking off as well.
Yeah, for sure. And look, that was also smart batting because he actually takes power out of the shot so it doesn't go too quickly to Taranjit Singh at short mid-wicket and get through for the single.
Nicely played, looking to go the offside again. Rory at the moment is looking in very good form. He's just carrying on from the nice shots he played yesterday.
Yeah, well, we're putting Southwell in the lineup, so someone has to kind of step up because he has been, I won't say carrying, but he's been a big factor in their batting system so far. This one missed.
Better delivery from Asif. It's full. It's the fullest he's bowled so far. It's the Yorker length one, and he gets the dot ball from it. Just probably sees Pillai moving just slightly early. The end of the over, so the power play is done. 32. The key thing is, I suppose, they haven't lost any wickets, and that's one thing Carlton do is they seem to just poodle along. They don't lose those wickets, but they always look for that one over to accelerate. And of course, with the, I know there's no Southwell there, but they've still got the power of Ali Shah to come in. He's been good.
Yeah.
The left-hander, wouldn't surprise me if he's the next man padded up, ready to come in. He certainly, if he can get going, will inject the acceleration that they need.
Yeah, so they're sticking with the same up stuff at the moment. And one thing I do like, as we see Nishant Zevre coming into the attack, little flags have appeared on the graphics this morning. Have you noticed that?
I have. I mentioned it already.
Flags. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I mentioned it before you came
I'm liking it.
into the box. Yeah, I do. She played, but this time in the field spread. And looking to take the 2 on. I don't think he would have made it, but he's showing that he's, well, what he's doing, he's putting pressure on the fielder. The fielder knows not only do going to stop it, get it in quick, otherwise they're going to go.
Yeah, it's been very, very good stuff between the boundaries, and we have seen 2 boundaries in each over. No sixes as yet. Not too many dot balls. In fact, there are only 4 dot balls in the power play. The others were 1s or 4s.
Once again, Pillai, he's got this pattern, hasn't he? He takes a few as the bowler's coming in. Probably from his guard off leg. He starts to walk towards the bowler, a couple of steps, gets himself outside the line of off stump, and then just pushes it away. He's waiting to latch onto the short one, hasn't had it yet, or a ball that he gets a bit of width on. Devray, good start from him so far. Into the ground, hit hard, 4 runs. As soon as this goes past Taranjit, it's going to be 4. Another good shot. He's timing the ball so well, and the placement is pretty good as well. आ गया, लग गया, चौका, बहुत अच्छा shot मारिया. Placement बहुत अच्छी थी.
Yeah, trying not trying to overhit the ball this morning. That's what I've liked about the batting of Macan. He's just using the pace, and he knows with a field of these dimensions that if he times the ball, gets it away from that man in the deep. A very good position to pick up 4, which he does again. So we've seen 7 4s without a 6.
Shot 4. And that one, well, bat on the ball. The echo just, well, it went round this ground. It sounded beautiful. It was a lovely shot. Look, there's no rushing him. It's just timing. Stood up tall, kept his eye on the ball. 4 beautiful runs.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily rushing to get forward. He's just seeing the length and intending on going back, giving himself a bit more time to actually place that ball. He leaves that one a little bit later, gets it behind the man down deep point. So, yeah, I think Devray is going to try and draw McCann forward and do something else.
Nicely played. Soft hands, goes down to the man at third, gets down on it. They'll take the single. Yeah, what I haven't seen at the moment, I haven't seen the bowlers getting the batters to drive. It's all been sort of too short on the leg side or too short outside the off. I haven't seen them getting dropped. They've got the two men straight, so get the ball right up there, get him driving.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good observation. The length has just been a little bit too short. You can trust the bounce on this surface. Polite to face the first, and the last one should save the fourth.
Well, this is a straight hit. This is going to be a chance. Oh, just over the fielder. I thought just for a moment it was going to be an opportunity. Well, you said it hasn't been a six yet. Well, there it is. And it's a beautiful one. Hit straight, dead straight down the ground. And Pillai, well, this time he waits back in his crease. You can see there it was just, well, centimetres away from that hand of the fielder there. And that would have been, well, a great take from Mishra.
That's what makes it so tough when you pitch up. That's what happens anyway. So 49 for no loss. And is the end of the fourth over. As we get to say hello to you this morning.
Hello.
Very good morning to you. No matter where you're watching from around the world. It's great to have your company. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo, alongside me, Rico Four. I like what you got going on there as well. The grey skies. We're looking, is that a bit of a silver?
Bit of a silver. There's always got to be a bit of bling for finals day.
I got accused already of supporting Brescia CC today. But let's just remember, I did wear the navy blue of the Carlton on Monday. So for all you Scottish supporters out there, look, we're looking forward to a big day ahead. The big thing is the weather. We're expecting a maximum temperature of 16, currently about 14. But the good thing is, it's a bit brighter than when we started. Hopefully we'll get the full program of games in because we don't want to lose any time. Here's Taranjeet with his off spin.
Time for a bit of Taran. And they do push. Well, it's going to be tight, and he gets there.
That is such good running. That is such good running from Macan because he is running so hard and he wants a fumble. And this is a fumble that doesn't actually even get out of the hands of the fielder. But as soon as he sees that fumble, there was no hesitation. He came back for that too. That's incredible running. And now he gets the strike back.
50 on the board. Short, hit hard. Will the fielder get there? And he won't. The timing and placement has been sensational from Rory Macan. And he gets into his 40s. Just up. Thinking at the top of my head, I think only Southwell's the only batter that has got a half century for Carlton. Quite a few of them have got out in the 40s. The way he's batting at the moment, he's just batting so sensibly, calm head, playing each ball on merit. It's the 50 on for Macan.
It's a really good question in the chat from Silva, which I don't actually know the answer. He wants to know what the highest score scored by a batsman without a single six is. I don't think I can remember anyone hitting a 50 without a six. I've got to be honest with you. But at the moment, McCann's been fantastic with the fours, no sixes.
Oh, it's time. It's that time. Time for showtime. And it doesn't go to the boundary. Well, the fielders, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I've seen some lay-ons to fielders close to you, but this was an interesting one. Well, because he laid this on, they thought, well, we might as well take the second. But he gets funky. And, well, you don't actually see the stop and the release there. He stops the ball, and then he throws it right the way across to the other fielder.
Selfish.
So the batter say, okay, let's go.
Someone could get it back quicker, obviously.
Are they just checking? Well, I think we're okay. Well, yeah, we're okay to go here now. Just Pillai just composing himself. And there we go again. And Pillai is just playing such an important role here himself. He's played the beautiful straight six down the ground. But other than that, he's just saying to Rory, here you go. You're seeing it so well at the moment. Your timing is epic. Just keep him on strike. In the air, oh, but he places it again in between the two. Four more.
It's been a masterclass so far from these two about how to go about getting the runs on the board with minimal risk. Just good batting. This time, once again, the placement was there. So four more to the total. And another over that's had two fours in it. Every over's had two fours in it. just the 1-6 in addition in the fourth. So halfway through this first innings, the Carlton team looking pretty healthy. 63 for no loss.
And now giving the ball to a man that can make things happen. It's going to be Guyssss. I know he batted really well. He's the only batter that did produce any runs for Cluj in this fixture. Yesterday scored 35 of 17. But right now they need him to work his magic with the ball.
Let's have a look at some of the top performers for these two teams. And look, Ali Shah actually going into this was the highest run scorer, no Southwell. And Macan not even featuring on that list in the top threes. That shows you that the depth they've got. Taranjit Singh, despite his 4 ducks, is still the leading run scorer from Cluj. His numbers under there were strike rates as well for the batters. As you see another boundary, this time Polite. And he's getting going as well. Hasn't had too much of the strike, but he's looked good while he's been out there. And at the moment, it's Cluj, the Romanians, that are chasing leather out there in the middle.
Yeah, look, you've got to get down on this. I want to see the fielder sliding in, trying to stop this, running and trying to stop it with your foot. Abdul Latif, it's not going to do it for me. And that's one that the bowler will look at and say, come on. I think they're making a change here now. Yeah, they are. So whether Asif has got a bit of an injury and that's slowing him down a tad.
It's Coley going back to pick the man. Don't forget though, whoever doesn't win this game, they won't be out of the tournament. They will get a second chance. That's on account of being in the top 2 seeds. So whichever team doesn't win this one will return against the winner of the next match, which is eliminator number 3 between Alton, the Swiss champions, and Brescia CC from Italy. Guyssss comes in, wasn't the worst ball, still cost him 4.
He's trying to set him up here. Oh, good effort. And saying you've got to throw yourself at it. The batters are still running and thinking about the 3. Well, I don't think we've had too many 3s. In fact, I'm trying to think if we have had a 3. We may have had just the 1, but that one almost was. Great effort from the fielder first.
Yeah, really was. And that's normally a difficult position to field because you have to pick up exactly the flight of the ball isn't particularly easy. The speed.
Single. Yeah, oh, they'll go for 2 here, surely, will they? No, decide not to. I think this is all about perhaps saying, okay, just give the strike to Rory.
It's worth a go to at least have a pop there. I think Taranjit was coming in from long on. That was intelligent backing up to avoid an overthrow. But this partnership looking very dangerous, isn't it? With 70 and climbing. Now here's Macan on 49.
Well, it's a horrible, horrible delivery. But he just wants a single for now. It has to go through the legs of his partner. Well batted. 50 runs for Rory Macan. Coming up in just 21 deliveries. He's batted really well. And timed it and placed the ball beautifully. Ball that you batting get the up and air. Rory Macan there. That's his first 50.
In fact, Polai for getting that single.
This will be probably a wide, will it? Well, it's been one for the over. Interesting to see exactly how high this was.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when it went past him, it wasn't above his head, I don't think. It was climbing. It was a slower bouncer. And if you take it out the crease, then, you know, maybe it is marginally. But I can kind of understand that call. Because when it goes past him, I think it's next to his face.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Saini trying things. What I would say about Vasu Saini as well, he was really the star performer for Cluj yesterday.
Yeah.
He's a guy that can step it up against the better teams. And in the end, he gets out of the over, only conceding 8. And the score now, after 6, is 71 for no loss.
Yeah, it does well there. He finishes with 2 dot balls. So I think that's probably the first time since we've had dot after dot in this match. So well done to Saini.
It is actually. It's the first time we've seen 2 consecutive dots. Good observation. And there was only the 1 boundary in that over. Rory Macan, former Orange international. Certainly a player we've seen a lot of with the gloves this week particularly. I think the batting hasn't clicked for him, but it looks too classy for me to stay down for too long. And he's got 50 with 4 overs to play, so I'm not even going to count out. I don't want to necessarily use the C word, but could it be on the cards here? As we see, it looks like Abdul Asif's really struggling with a bit of an injury. He's hovering around. Maybe they don't want him to come off because obviously they probably want him to bat somewhere near the top. It'll be interesting to see if they keep Taranjit at the top. I mean, he's a leading run scorer, but a lot of those runs were scored in one innings.
Yeah, well, two umpires here having a conversation about something. I saw them looking at their watches as well. I don't think it's a time issue really, but there was something. Nelly Gottler was asking the Italian stallion, umpire Suleiman, something, and he needed to have that conversation with Charles Croucher. So not sure what it's about just yet.
Kohli's back. Bowled the second over, went for 12. Didn't contain a dot. Here is an over number 7.
And he's gone the distance. Balle, balle, balle. Inna sona shaka
Yeah, well, this one just lacks a bit of pace, I think, from Kohli. Just kind of ambles in, just cuts back into the batter who sends it out of here. Doesn't overhit again. Well, finally, we get a Maximo from Macan, who brought up a 50, which just contained 10 fours. Now, he clears the ropes for the first time. And yeah, I think if he bats the 10 overs, Rory Macan, if he gets a decent bit of the strike, I think we might have the 3 figures.
Well, Southwell not in the side. Could somebody step up? Yes, they could, because Rory Macan is the man. And he's going strong, hits his first 6. Now, having notched up his 50, I think he's looking to go wild here.
Yeah, I still think his shot selection's been really good. He's got a good cricket brain, Rory Macan.
4 more. It's as easy as that. And this one's in the house. Well, he's put it in the cube. And, well, the field will be happy. He's hobbling in there. Well, maybe you can have a bit of amber nectar in there that's been hidden away, I'm sure. He'll come back stronger.
Yeah, cube bound. I'm sure it'll be filled up a bit later. Just 2 full from Kohli. I think Macan, there was a bit of premeditation about that. Always wonder how much you should premeditate this form of the game. Sometimes it can get you in trouble, but that time he was looking for something full and he got it.
He's looking dangerous here now. He really is. Well, he's on his back this time. Well, he tries to get funky and he nearly gets knocked out. Well, this is the backward roll, I think.
Well, I was just praising his shot selection. I'll take it back after that, because I suppose I know what he's thinking. They do have the 3rd man back, though. He's just basically trying to go directly backwards. Great view of Rory there.
Maybe it's not his best side, I don't think.
Des and Sue would be proud in the crowd.
Well, Kohli has him on his back. But last word is from the batter. Does this quite carry? Does it drop short? I don't really know. They might have to go upstairs to check. And it's going to be touch and go. I think it may have just had the legs. Let's have a look. Keep your eye on it.
Bounces. Yeah, it's been cleared as a 6. Yeah, you can see it just gets over the rope. Yeah, so Maximo time, 6 runs, and he's away, making up for lost time with the Maximos. 2/3 of the way to the 100.
In the air and just over Taranjit Singh. And they take 1, and the call is no for the 2. Oh, and Kohli and Rory.
Good arm wrestle.
Yeah, well, Kohli's saying, I had you down before, buddy. I can put you down again if you want.
Well, maybe they should make Macan bat with one hand tied behind his back, because at the moment, he's got the Cluj bowlers covered. 67 off only 26 balls.
And this will be 4 more. There's no protection back there. Only 1 man back on the leg side, and the reason for that is Rory Macan has played some lovely shots out in the offside, so they don't really know where they want this protection, and once this goes over the infielder, it's going to be 4, so Pillai finishing that over with the boundary. So that was an expensive one. That one does go magical.
Yeah, unfortunately for Kohli, concedes 21, 88 for no loss after 7. This is the program here, Group C finals day. Carlton and Cluj, the top 2 seeds in qualifier number 1. Then we'll see an elimination match between Alton, the Swiss champions, and Brescia CC of Italy. That's coming up next. And we'll see the loser of this match take on the winner of the Alton-Brescia match in the 3rd match of the day, qualifier 2. Then the final. Well, it's going to be a big one, isn't it? The winner of that going to Championship Week 6. Carlton have made a very, very strong start here. They'll be looking to book a place straight into that final. It'll be fast-tracked there if they can win this match.
Sani going to come on again. He's bowled well.
Yeah.
He got well, the best over in so far in this match. Just went for 8 in his first, but I'm sure this time he will be targeted. Gets an edge. There's certainly a noise there, yeah, and the umpire Suleiman takes his time. and eventually says, yeah, you got to go. So Guyssss has broken the partnership of 92 between Pillai and Macan. Macan, well, it was a very good knock from him, 67 of 26, but just gets a little touch on this, and no mistakes from Satwit Nadigotla behind the stumps.
Yeah, well done to Guyssss. Not easy bowling, and a guy has such confidence, and that time Macan just giving himself a little bit of room, had to reach for it, went with the hands, got a little feather through to Nadigotla, who holds on to the chance, but still won't make the triple figures, but certainly I'll give him 100 for the style points, and you can see there, the wagon wheel as well. Had a lot of nice shots in front of the wicket, particularly through the covers. Classy innings, 11 fours and 2 sixes in that knock. Carlton lose their first wicket at 92. 92 for 1.
Yeah, really good knock. They batted really well, intelligently, played his strokes early on, and then, well, put the foot down when he had to go for the big shots, and he set his team up well. Now, look, Cluj have to believe here. So many times we've seen teams make this sort of start, and then the new batters that come in, they don't quite click. So they've got to be positive. They've got to attack. They've got to want this wicket.
Well, it doesn't get a lot easier, because here comes Ali Shah. He's having a very, very good week. Left-hander. Vasu, yeah, credit to him against Carlton. He has really played out of his skin.
Shah picks this up pretty well. Goes to Tamanjeet, does the fielding, gets the throw in quick as well. Well fielded, good cricket.
A lot of chat about the batting of Rory Macan in the YouTube live chat, of course, and yeah, I have to agree. It's a very classy innings. Spectators enjoying it. I think Vasu maybe will enjoy it as a neutral, but he was pretty happy to see the back of Rory Macan. Just took a few more chances, didn't he, once he hit 50.
Slow delivery, well bowled. He sees the batter moving early, Pillai, and he thought, well, okay, I'm going to take the pace right off it, and Pillai couldn't do anything but get a single. Look, I'm really seeing that there's a lot of struggle out there for, I think it's Rashakura there. He's hobbling around. Just wondering why, if it's that bad, why they haven't replaced him, Vinny.
Might be Abdullah Sif. Down there, and now maybe Rashakura has got something of his own. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to get a few sore bodies on a Friday. As you see Ali Shah just, get a bit carried away early in his innings, but I do like the way he attacks from ball one. Yeah, you'd expect a few sore bodies in this form of the game, in this format.
In the air, just past the infielder, but has got protection out there, well fielded. In comes the throw. Once again, good cricket. He seems to have got the field right here now.
Imir Safi, good young player. This has been a great experience for him, I'm sure. Just look at the youthful glint in his eye. It's a very good fielder. Seen him occasionally with the ball this week. He's a pretty handy bowler. Slippery customer.
Yeah.
Sani's been good, though. He's only conceded 11 with the ball to go in his spell. He has stood out from the other bowlers.
Be single once more. So, yeah, he's finished well, hasn't he? Just 12 runs. And that wicket is really bowled well. 8 off his first. And, well, only allowing just 4 of this one. Really well bowled. Excellent bowling figures. And when you have a look at the bowling analysis later, he will really stand out.
Yeah, for sure. And Guyssss is a character we first met in 2019 on ECN. Moved to Romania originally for work, but his beautiful wife Alex is here, and it's been great to follow that journey. So he's stuck around, and I think Cluj are glad he did, because he's been very valuable. Yeah, look, not easy to come onto bowl in that situation as well.
Carlton feel that they've just fallen a bit behind here. This one's hit pretty well, but once again it doesn't go to the boundary. So coming back into this crew, I think Carlton by now at the start of this over would have already wanted 100 on the board. They wanted to be probably around about 105, 106 the way they were going, and have a push on to try and get to the 130.
Right about Rashakura. He's struggling a bit, looks like.
Big time.
Hammy twinge. Survival of the fittest. Sometimes I think these weeks are. Tarrant's come on to bowl the ninth. It all happens in the ninth, as you always like to say, Rico. What is going to happen in this ninth?
Ooh, they've been very good, haven't they, with the extras. And that one would be disappointing. In fact, that's the first extra. That's the first wide.
Yeah. It's one area they haven't given any extras. Yeah, you're right.
Up, but again to the fielder. So boundaries are hard to come by. Will they push? They decide not to.
It's really good
by
fielding.
The young man.
It's really good fielding by Umar Safi, who got a really awkward bounce. He didn't over-attack it. He made sure he blocked it. There's not much of him to block it with either. But that's a really underrated bit of fielding down there, and then gets it back in to keep that to one was good. That could have easily gotten through.
Eli needs to unleash. Tries, but once again, it's a young man that's going to be in the action. Picks it up cleanly, gets the throw in. Oh, that's great. Excellent stuff. Safi showing the elders how it's done.
Gotta say, it's one of the highlights for me, seeing young players come through. We've seen a couple of them in the Cluj side. Marian Guyssss, of course. As the score reaches 100, over and a half to play.
That's what they're looking for. That's the acceleration they need. That is big. Shakala.
Well, that's automobile bound from our partners, Guyssss, because this one, I'm a bit scared of where this ended up. There's two brand new cars just the other side of those tents, and I wonder if they'll just have a bit knocked off their value. Have a look at this one. Well, luckily it's covered up. I don't want to know where that one landed. Ollie Shah didn't see it land. That's how well he hit it. Maximo time.
Shah just stayed on one knee there. Let the photographers take his pictures. Same many photo wicket. Lo shakata maar ditta. I need want to hit a few more of these. I think this one will be quicker outside the off. Hits it straight, trying to split the two fielders, and he does. That's a straight pull, 4 runs. So Taranjeet, after a couple of good overs, he's let things slip a little bit, but you know, he's bowling to a very aggressive. It was the wider delivery, but again, just too short,
Good
and it's
placement.
been clubbed away.
Yeah, it's good placement. I mean, that's what he spotted, that the long one was a bit wide. It's kind of premeditated where he wanted it to go.
He's in the air, this is opportunity. Who's going to get there? And, oh, it goes down, and the batters now. It could be a run out, it's a good throw, and they've got him. Well, good recovery. They do get him in the end. He came back for the second, but at first he gets dropped. So I suppose all that's done is added 1 to the score. But it's Safi again, the little man, the youngster, who's alert. Look, the catch goes down. He's not worrying about it going down.
The bat's
gets the
in,
throw
though.
in. The bat's in, but there's nobody home.
What happens here? They end up with 2 bats. That is such an ECN. I'm going to have to go back to camera 9 because you end up with 2 bats in and no batter in.
The best bit is this. I mean, if we see the whole thing, when he then gets up and dusts himself off, the wicketkeeper's giving him the bat. He said, "No, that's not mine. That one's mine."
Well, you got to see the lighter side. I tell you what, it's Anand Rashakura is pretty happy about the distraction because that was a dropped catch. That really should have been taken. It cost them 1 run in the end. And Safi, he was alert to it. Yeah, there's 1 bat left behind. And well, soon it had a friend, Ali Shah, another victim of the grass. Well, stop, drop and roll. Ali Shah is going to have to go for 14. Entertaining dismissal. End of the ninth. 1-1-1 for 2.
And look, I'm liking this move because look who's got the ball, Vinny.
Yeah, oh, here we go. They go with Safi. Why not?
Yeah,
go with
why
someone certainly delivered in the field, and why not try another option? Here he is, 10th overtime.
Bowled. You probably just want to hold on to these. It's been given a wide.
Yeah, well, it was a wide. See here, umpire Sully just waiting until the play was over, but he does have a bit about him, Safi.
He bowled beautifully the other day. He broke the stump. Remember that?
Yeah.
In the air, and just going to be too wide for the man there at third. Going to be 4 runs, so the first legal delivery goes to the boundary. And this is a bit more like it for Carlton. I think they were just worried at the start, or even in the middle of that 9th over from Taranjeet, that they weren't going to get the acceleration they wanted to get close to the 120. But now they're getting there.
Yeah, I think Safi's just got to get fuller. That's the key at this stage. Not phrase of the Bear Burnett. Coming out at the non-strikers end at the moment, 5 to come.
Same area again, and this time it may go all the way. There was a roar. Mano de arriba, árbitro, porque eso es 6 carreras.
Gives him the length to feast on again. I don't know how often Safi's bowled the 10th over, but I think to set batters, you've got to get fuller. That one just clearing the ropes for 6.
Eli finally unleashing He's played one lovely 6 straight earlier, but then after that, they kept him bogged down. Even once Rory Macan went, he couldn't get going, but now he's finding the length that he likes.
He's got to get fuller now.
Short is in the air, and fielder, well, it's swirling around all over the place. He can't get to it. Batters will take 2. And a difficult one, this. It's gone over him, and I think this has probably done a little while it's in the air as well, Vinny.
He just didn't take the most direct route, did he? He was swirling around as well as the ball. Abdul Asif. Again, doesn't seem 100% fit to me. Ply moves to 41. Well, can he get his half century? Have to act quickly because there's only 3 balls left.
Shot. And it doesn't quite come out the middle of the bat, though. So here comes the throw, and it's a good arm. He's going to be gone. That's a really good bit of cricket. Fantastic throw, good alertness. He knows what the situation is. He knows who's trying to get on strike. Throws it to the right hand, and Natty Gotler, he has a straightforward take here.
He just seemed to run out of puff here. I think Pillay has a look and says, really? I've been out here for almost 10 overs, running up and back. And you're right, it was a good, strong throw. So a good run out executed once again from the Romanians. And Pillay won't hit that 50 in the end, but still valuable contribution from him. 42 off 24. There's that man Vasu Saini once again, who delivered for Cluj as Carlton lose their 3rd wicket, 125 for 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's had an impact, hasn't he, in this match already. And those 2 great overseas bowls just for conceding 12 runs, and now that excellent throw. So now you got, interesting, you got what, a couple of balls to go, and you've got 2 batters that haven't faced a delivery yet.
Yeah.
Fraser Burnett was just doing a bit of running while he was there. Now he's got to try and hit one. And it's Shaju Khan that has come out, and it's going to be Khan on strike.
Yeah, it will be Khan on strike. So the Bears have been doing a bit of running. The Bears are pretty fast, actually, so I'm told. It's one thing we don't have to really deal with in Australia.
We're not going to do
Koalas
that. We're not doing that bear
by the
story
way.
again. We're not doing that.
All right, 2 to come.
Nicely hit, straight down the ground. Is it going to go to the boundary? And, well, it's been pulled back. Now, I can't see it because there's loads of flags in my way, but from the reaction from Taranjit's first reaction suggested to me it's 4.
Stepped over the line, say, the last step. As soon as he touches it, it's going to be 4. So, good camera work. That's Mas.
Yeah, good shot. I mean, look, getting now into that into the 130s. So they'll be happy with this. This is what they wanted, I think. They thought it fell away from them, but some good hitting there from Pillay towards the end. Then they finish with the bang. Edge gets a wicket, and Safi. Well, they're asking the question. Surely that's taken the edge. Oh, surely that's been edged.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's been robbed. I think he's been robbed here. I really do think he's been robbed. Oh,
poor.
Umar Ahmad Safi. Well,
you better give that bias because otherwise he's got behind. Oh, I heard it, big Nick. I mean, I know we've got the headphones on. Natty Gotler doesn't bother to throw. He knows that should be out. Oh, well, I guess that's the thing as an umpire. It is pretty windy out there. Let's be honest that you know, if you don't hear it, you don't hear it. But in the end, it'll be a bye.
130 they finish on.
130 cost them 1 run, I suppose, in the end. So if they're good enough to get 130, they should be good enough to get 131. Cluj, the Romanians, who
that score again. What is it with Cluj, and not just with Cluj, but yesterday 130 seemed to be the score, Vinny.
Yeah, well, we have seen it a few times. Let's see if it's good enough to get Carlton, the Scottish champion, straight through to the final. And we now know Shaju Khan is not a walker, he's a runner. So he ended up getting through for a run off the last ball as we go back to the highlights of this. Finals Friday on a blustery morning on the Costa del Sol. Cluj hoping to improve their performance from 24 hours ago. And the Sheriff, Charles Croucher, he was out there in the middle with Solomon Saeed. Meanwhile, it was the Carlton openers that made a very bright start, doing a lot of their work along the ground on the way to a big opening partnership of 92. Particularly Rory Macan, really impressive for the Scots here on Finals Friday.
Yeah, Macan was awesome. The way he started, the way he pierced the field in the power play. It's quite interesting, wasn't it? Because we're so used to seeing the batters go aerial in the power play and take the sixes. But Macan, he played authentic cricket shots all around the ground. He went all around the deck. He was piercing the field, getting 4 runs. with some beautifully executed shots. There was 1 or 2 half chances, and there would have been 1 or 2 amazing ones with that man there, Anand Rashakura. I think he's going to be in, and he is in agony. But this one was one that went all wrong from Macan, but he kept on going. And, well, the openers, they certainly were stronger together. Pillai just playing a supporting role, and this was the wicket in the end. Just chased the wide one, but he'd already got 50 on the board and given his team a good start. 67 to 27 he scored, and well, when he went, this man came out, Ali Shah. They needed the acceleration, and he certainly hit one big. That's the biggest 6 of the day. And once he thought he had a life, he was dropped, but it was Safi, who was always in the action, who picked up the pieces, got the throw in, and Shah was run out. So another run out for the Carlton team. I'm sure they're the #1 contenders in the run out stakes, because this was another one. This time it was Pillai who had to go. He played some nice shots, got his team to this score. Certainly got the acceleration in when it mattered, and just gets himself run out on 42. And then right there towards the end, it was a nice shot from Shuja Khan down the ground for a boundary, which brought the 130 up. Good scorecard. It's what you'd expect from Carlton. I mean, we knew it was going to be the bowling attack that they've got. I think Cluj, the champions of Romania, they are going to struggle, because they need 131 to win this match. And remember, the winner goes automatically through to the final here in Group C. Cluj, well, they're going to have to wait to see what happens in the match between Alton and Brescia, and have a second chance if they're to do it. Is it going to be spin to win for the Carlton boys? Well, let's wait and see. Join me, Rico Full, and Mr. Maximo Vinny Sandu, as we return for the first match for this qualifier in 10 minutes' time. Hello and welcome back to what promises to be a fascinating conclusion to this qualifier. Remember, this match between the champions of Scotland, Carlton, they're playing the champions of Romania, Cluj. Whoever wins this match will book their place in the final later today, the Group C final. Remember, the teams of this day are looking to join Tunbridge Wells, who qualified from Group A, Brigade, who qualified from Group B. So we've already got the English champions in the final this week, and we've also got the champions from Ireland who will join them. Will we have England, Ireland and Scotland? Well, Scotland have done the chances well here because they put 130 on the board thanks to some fine batting, a good display, especially from Rory Macan. Got a half century, supported well by Arun Pillai. So 130 on the board. Cluj, who struggled the last couple of times they're batting, can they come back strong? Can these two, the main batters, Natty Gotler, the captain, and Taranjit Singh, do the damage? Or will it be this man who's been fantastic? Shaju Khan has bowled really well, been supported well, of course, up there with Shivam Gupta. Just got a good all-round team, but will they perform again here today, or will there be a blip in their performance? Here we go, first ball. And gets this through well, and see Rory Macan, after his brilliance with the bat, he's now behind the stumps and he's standing up, so putting the pressure on the batters straight away, and watch out for him because he is class. And it is actually Shivam Gupta that does open up. This is nicely. Oh, he's taken a catch! They've got the wicket! Oh, and it's Natty Gotler, the openers don't get going again. Well, BT is absolutely delighted with that. That is a fantastic catch. Superb. And, well, I think that's Adil Raza that takes it. Keep an eye on this. And BT, when he sees his catch taken, well, he's all over the place. He can't hold back his excitement. What a good catch that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stronger together. Well, there may not be much sun around at the moment, but there's still plenty of sexy cricket. What a very good catch that is. And Natty Gotler, he can't believe his luck. And sometimes when things like that happen to you, you know it's not going to be your day. Well, this man, it hasn't been his day at the moment either. He is really, really hurting. And I tell you something now, I bet your bottom dollar that when he hits the ball and he wants to take a single, you know which end the Carlton boys are going to be attacking with the ball. And, well, it's Rico Full here, and joining me at this time, somebody who's pretty excited, just seen the replay of that, is Mr. Maximo.
It's like those old car commercials. Oh, what a feeling. He was up. Adil Raza. He's really impressed with his leg spin bowling in this tournament, but how about that catch? He really got some airtime. I'll have to ask him later if he can slam dunk. He's not the tallest, but he certainly got up that time. He's a really interesting story as well, Adil Raza. He is mentored by Abdul Majid, who's the current national fielding coach for the Pakistan team. He was a leg spinner himself. And also, you've got a player there that's played Scotland National Performance Academy, or the Development 11 as it used to be called. So yeah, high quality cricketer, high quality catch.
Gupta. And they get the single.
Not what you need, is it, when you're chasing 130 and you got a key guy that, to be honest, if that was anywhere else, it would have been 4. Yeah. You know, if it was almost even a metre either side, a metre higher. But I suppose what I often say is if you're going to make a duck, make it a quick one.
It's just one of those shots that you play with instincts. It's there. You play it in your sleep, don't you? You just flicked it away thinking, there you go, that's 4 runs. And he's very strong on his legs, but what a good catch.
That's just the price of doing business, I think. Anyway, here's Taranjit, who's on 5 ducks.
Ouch. That one is popped up at him. And yeah, he's on 5 ducks, but look, you also got to say, 2 of those ducks were the most brilliant deliveries that you'll ever see. The one yesterday was an absolute
he's the best player we've ever seen get 4 ducks in a week, for sure.
And Stanikside has done him twice. So he did say to me, he said, I'm going to guard that off stump.
A bit like the Bulgarian Express was the best bowler we've ever had that hasn't taken a wicket. I think that Taranjit's the best batter to have 4 ducks.
Yeah, but look, you showed this morning, he's already passed 200 runs.
Yeah.
This time he's in the same area, but he gets this one away. 4 runs. So Taranjit, that will make him feel a lot better. That'll be a big smile on his face. And I tell you, somebody else that probably is watching quite nervously in back home is going to be Subjit, his wife. She's probably thinking, yes, finally.
Yeah, well, he'll be breathing a lot easier after that. Look, he's one guy that's capable of anything with the bat. You need somebody to go big if you're going to chase down 130.
Played well, but will be stopped. Gets the single.
I think for me, as we get to the end of the first over, score is 6 for 1. For me, I think a lot of it will be about how Cluj can handle the spin threats of Carlton. They've got good variety in their spin attack. I think they bowl very cleverly. They make kind of in-over adjustments about how they go about it.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be probably one of the biggest tests through the middle overs to try and stay on course. Already a few behind where they need to be. They need that 13 and overs. They'd want to be 26 after 2. That's a long way off.
Yeah, and they're going to go with their other opener. Got them mixed up, got them the other way around. It was, of course, Gupta bowled the first over. Now we're going to go with Khan. He's been really good as well, Shuja Khan.
Question from Doug Sheen in the chat. Can batters have runners? And the short answer is no. So, yeah, most limited overs cricket now can't have a runner. I know the Big Bash, they'll let you have a run if there's 9 wickets lost, just to keep the game alive, but runners are not allowed. So you've got Rashakura out there, who is nursing an injury. He's out there just to swat boundaries in the power play. Taran Singh faces up to the next bowler, Shuja Khan.
Goes up in the air, and has he got plenty of this? He has. Shaba, shaba, balle, 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 seis carreras.
And the wind's swinging around all the time, and for most of the first innings, this is going into the wind, and then I think this probably gets caught, but it seems to have just switched around for a few seconds, just long enough to get that one over the rope and over the fence. 6 runs.
I'm actually quite amazed how far XG ends up going over. So yeah, that's wind assist. Shorter, misses out on this turn. It goes to try and hit it too hard. Shuja Khan, he's learned his cricket at AFCC on the west coast of Scotland before he moved to Edinburgh, where he's studying medicine at St Andrews University there. Top order batter, scored over 500 runs for Carlton last year as well. So he's a good all-rounder. Wants to be an orthopaedic surgeon when he grows up. Shorter again, another one that's been missed out on. Good stop there from Macan. That's not easy because you're just basically here. You're just being a wall. That's all he's been, because he knows he's going to get hit. Brave man behind the stumps. So 2 dots in. After that, 6. Slower. Oh, that is so unlucky. That is so unlucky. Well, Taranjit Singh, well, maybe the luck has returned. He gets the feather of an inside edge. And this is the Chinese cut. This was shattering his stumps. Yeah, how that misses.
That's the price of doing business when you're up to the stumps, because you've got no hope of stopping this one. One that just gets a little edge, gets past you. And you're right, we couldn't have done anything that time. I have liked his wicket keeping. And yeah, it comes with positives and negatives. Obviously, he can create dismissals up there, but often those ones really do annoy you, because if you're back, you're probably making a play on that, stopping it going to the boundary.
Getting a bit brighter out there as well, which is a good sign. The sun is trying to break out. Can't. It's that slower ball again. Taranjit drops the bat on it. Now look, you see these sort of ones probably can and maybe even should be taken, but with the injury to Rashakura, he is not going to make it.
Yeah, well, that's a concern, isn't it? See the wind. Yeah, it's just blowing in all directions.
Swirling, isn't it? It's literally swirling around.
Had some crazy wind in our time here on the European Cricket Network and all the different locations. He wants to strike, won't get it. So, good comeback from Shuja Khan. 2 overs down, 16 for 1. Yeah, I think there was one time in Prague that the wind was actually blowing all directions, and it was actually blowing upwards in the tent as well. I've never even seen that. We've had all kinds of weather conditions.
We've had a few tent explosions in our time. Remember Kiel? That Kiel, we had a graveyard of all the
we had the tent graveyard, not just in Kiel. This seems pretty stable what we're in here at the ECL.
Well, if this goes, we're in trouble. We're a long way up here.
That's true. But what are some of the other weather conditions we've had? We had almost a flood in Malta, but then we're still playing the next day into 2 overs. Let's have a look at what's coming up in the final 2 groups. Same with Group D next week. Go back to that in a second. Here's Ali Evans.
Shot, and that's nicely played. One bounce to the boundary, hits it on the up. And this is what he's got to do. I mean, look, if he's not going to be able to run, well, you've got to just hit him, and you've got to hit boundaries.
Yeah, nice shot. Yeah, next week, Group of Death, as we're calling it, VOC Rotterdam, defending champions. MSC Frankfurt, they've got a strong team still in their squad today. Albi Zalmi from Sweden as well. Very, very good team. Austin Exiles from Belgium. Malta Super Kings, great teams. Petersburg Sporting, they're the unknown quantity of Group D. It's coming to you Monday. But we still have to work out who's going to qualify from Group C today.
Good delivery from Evan now. Ali Evans has set the trap. It's worked for him every time he's bowled. And that's the short delivery right at the batter. The batter takes it on, and he's got his 2 men back on the boundary on the leg side waiting. But he's quite clever, that last ball. He's showing the batter what he intends to do, but he fires in the Yorker length delivery. Will this be the short one? It is, and that's played beautifully and just out of reach off the man inside the circle on third. It's 4 more runs, and nothing to be done about that. And that's Ali Sharp making the effort.
Yeah, it's a good shot, wasn't it? Again, uses the pace of Evans, kind of rolling the dice a bit because not completely in control of where this one's going. Ali Sharp. It's the difference, I suppose, between being straight at him and having to dive sideways, because that was a similar height, that one that was held early on by Adil Raza.
Good take. Great wicket keeping.
It's good. You can just ride the bounce. I always enjoyed the odd occasion if I did play on artificial turf, because you can trust the bounce a lot more. You still have to handle it. But,
how quick do you think that's coming?
Yeah, it's probably
and he's standing up and
120 or so. Probably around, what's that in miles? About 75 miles an hour. Something like that. Good stuff.
Doing, isn't it? That's a short one, up in the air. I think he's got enough of this. I think this is going to be shakka time. It is. Says Carrera, says Maz. Well, Ali Evans bangs it in short, but Roger Shakira saying, oh, I don't care. You know, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to swing at everything. And this one, well, he gets plenty of that. That's going all the way.
Yeah, it's the old third man drive from Rashakura. He's there for one reason only. It hit boundaries. This time, doesn't force a field change. Thought he might, but he just gets more or less the middle of the bat on it. So important runs. They wouldn't be 39 after this ball. There won't be quite that many, but they have recovered somewhat.
Shot. And this one, I think, will just have the legs as well. It does. Oh! I think that might be BT.
Oh.
BT's gone bang into the banners. This could be nasty. Oh, this could be nasty.
That was an impact. Wow. I think it has to just be a bit of a lack of awareness of how close he was to the fence. That's Angus Beattie. Well, hopefully he's all right. That's a really nasty one. I think you can hear just in the effects mics that we're hearing something out of him, which is good. That he is talking, so that's good. How about the commitment there from Beattie, though?
Yeah.
Ends up going for 6. It's the end of the 3 overs, 36 for 1. But big concerns as he'll get some medical attention. And while we wait so that Beattie can get the attention that he needs, we do have a bit of a special guest that we can have a chat to over in the players area, and it's none other than the Romanian representative here and involved with the Cluj team, Mark Pilic. Right, Mark, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here, thank you.
Hello, Mark. And look, it's a long time ago now. It seems a long time ago, 2019, that we had a chat to you in the first ECL. I suppose a lot's changed since then. How does it feel to be back at the Champions League of European Cricket?
Oh, well, I think it's pretty hard to put that into words, to be fair, but we were really, really excited after qualifying for ECL 20, and with the postponement up until this year, it's just been sort of putting things off and working on making sure that we were ready, and I think we've put in a good show of ourselves, I think, so far.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with that. Now, the good news there, Angus Beattie is up on his feet and he's walking off. You have a look here. He got the shock of his life.
It's his shoulder, wasn't it? Left shoulder and his back. But it's good to see him up and about and walking.
Probably precautionary as well, I just think, just to get him off. That's also his bowling shoulder, Rico. So maybe he bowls left arm spin. So just don't know if we'll see him bowling in this game after that. But anyway, it's good for all of you out there that were concerned for Angus. that he is walking off under his own steam. Back to you there, Mark,
Yeah.
for a second. So, you know, how has this whole European cricket adventure changed the face of cricket in Romania? And I spent some time there, and yeah, it's been a very interesting time for cricket, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, just our presence being there in 2019 really helped. It put Romania on the map with Pavel's presence, and also just the whole setup just sort of lifted cricket and made people realise just what was going on in Romania as well. And we've had quite a lot going through with development programs that the Federation have set up with schools and things, so we're hoping to get quite a few more Romanian players come through the system. And you know, of course, it was a fantastic day for Marian as well on Wednesday to captain the side and get a wicket as well.
Yeah.
So it was, it's can only get better from here.
It's something I've really noticed, having spent some time in Romania last year in the European Cricket Series, how many youngsters are playing the game in that area. I think just the location of the ground lends itself. There are good practice facilities, there's nets there. Isn't it exciting to see those kind of teenagers coming through?
Yeah, it certainly is. And, you know, certainly us in Cluj and also in Timișoara, we're really looking forward to having the same sort of effect. The only disadvantage is, of course, that Mara Vlase is down in Bucharest and we're 500 plus kilometres away, so it's a bit of a difficult job getting the same sort of reaction from the youngsters in our areas, but we'll work on it.
Yeah, for sure. As we see leg spin introduced for the first time. Just worked away for a single. Well, Mark, we'll leave you there. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to see you again, have you part of this cricket festival, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future. Best of luck today.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Pillage right, and he is a guy, what a character. I just remember Phil Bakstad, who was with us in 2019, having a word with him amongst the whole Romanian publicity explosion that surrounded Pavel Florin. But isn't it great to hear how that exposure and that publicity has kind of moved the game forward? And yeah,
it is. It's great, and the wonderful story there is, of course, like he touched on himself, is the junior talents that are coming through, the younger players. This one's been dragged away down to the leg side. And talking of talent, well, they've got a very talented bowler. It's coming on now. That last over from Ali Evans ended up being magical. 20 runs came off it, so they've gone with the spin here now. And Adil Raza, he's certainly been my pick of the bowlers. He moves it big, does the leggy, and he's got the wrong one as well. He's trying to get it through the gap. Good fielding, look at that. That's teamwork,
yeah.
And that is why being stronger together means that you put performances in like Carlton have. Really good work, makes the stop, he knows he's off balance, releases it early. That's all about communication and understanding.
Yeah, it's great stuff. He felt himself going over the line, so got to a fielder that could get it back quicker.
Gives it some flight, and it gets hit straight back down the ground. This is a good shot. And well, you're getting a few dots in, but they're getting the boundaries in as well. They're just keeping themselves in this. I mean, that rate before the start of this over was around about the 14 and a half. So they know they need to take the chances. They need to play the big shots. Nicely hit.
Yeah, got to the pitch of that. Rashakura. Yeah, didn't look too steady on his feet, but that was a nice shot.
Time goes down the legs. Here's a fielder there. Is he going to get it cut off? He does. Does really well. Nothing wrong with that. Stays inside. And picks up just the single because of that injury. He's not able to take the two on. And that's probably going to be the thing. I mean, okay, he's batting really well. He's hitting the ball well, but he's not able to, well, what, maybe 3 or 4 runs that have gone down.
I think also, I think he's a bit greedy for the strike, though. I think that's the other reason. I think he only wanted one there. 46 for 1 after 4 overs. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo. Rico Full for the European Cricket Network. And it wasn't great to speak to Mark Pillage right there and get his thoughts. I know that he's been involved in Romanian cricket for a long time. Of course, I know Pavel Florin, who was part of this Cluj setup in 2019, has been watching intently as well. But I certainly enjoyed that experience. And you heard what he said there. When there were cricket facilities there in the area at Moira Vlasia, where there is a magnificent cricket ground, by the way, one of the nicest in Europe, the kids are getting involved. So he's just talking about Cluj, which is a fair few hours, probably about 500 kilometres out of Bucharest. Yeah. It's a bit tougher to get kids in his area playing, but you know, hopefully that's something that improves. And things like the European Cricket League, it's only going to help and bring some attention when kids realise that if they pick it up and stick with it, they could find themselves here on the big stage.
Umar Mohammed is coming on to bowl here now.
No Beatty now to bowl, you'd imagine. So,
yeah, they already missed. Don't forget they're missing Southwell anyway. So this could be an opportunity for Cluj. Beatty has been good. I think I know that Adil Raza has been my pick of the bowlers for Carlton. Beatty was Corey's, so you know that he's class. He always makes things happen. And let's just hope he's okay. He was holding his shoulder as he was walking off. Hit hard, this is gone. Adios Balota says Carreras Mas to the roar of the teammates there of Cluj. A lovely shot. He just floated it up there, didn't he, Mohammed? And he said, okay, let's see what you do with this. And he says, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to put it away. It just looks like they've been feasting on the fuller delivery so far from the spin. What's the reply going to be from Mohammed? Up in the air is going to be 6 more. Balle, balle, balle. Kinna Sona Shakalaka.
Well, game on. Mohammed turning it into the right hand, up into the wheelhouse. Rashakura hasn't been afraid to get down the pitch. 6 and 6. It's a wide, I think. Yeah. Just missed the leg stump. Anything that misses the leg stump will be called a wide unless it's between the batter's body and the stumps. But Rashakura seems to be kind of one step ahead of the bowling at the moment. Expected that one to be short.
Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, and this will go to the boundary as well. There's going to be more cheers, more roars. What's the signal going to be from the umpire? Well, it's 4 runs. It does take a little bit of bat on the way. So what a good over this is. They're right in this.
I still think Macan will be disappointed with this because it's not a big deflection and he can't get anything behind it. Just a little feather edge. Well, if you're going to chase down 130 against Carlton, you're going to need a bit of luck as well. So far this over. Some nice strokes. Rashakura on 46.
And this one will be a chance. Oh, he's put it down. That's 6 runs. It hits the rope. The fielder doesn't know it. Oh, that is a big opportunity. Arun Pillai, he's been absolutely top class in that area. This is pressure. He gets these all wrong. Gets the hands. He prefers to take it this way. This one, he's not able to hold on to it. 6 runs. What an over. Pressure on Carlton for the first time in this group.
Yeah, this one, you wouldn't read about it. Pillai has not dropped anything all week, and this one even worse. You see great camera work as well. Pick it up, bounces on the rope. So, well, that is the best possible turnaround if you're a Cluj fan. They can't believe what they've seen. That's the end of the over. Also brings up the 50 for Rashakura of 16 balls. Watch out, the wounded Romanian, 71 for 1 off 5.
Oh, wow. Evans, the captain, now he's first over. Went for a few, went for 20. He's coming on now. He just feels that he's got to deliver something special here.
Ahead of where they need to be now.
And doesn't quite time this, Taranjeet. But Taranjeet now, he's quite happy just to think, well, okay, I'll just play the anchor role and just get Rashakura on strike as much as I can. He's hitting it so well now. Now, this is where the field is so important. This time they do go with the third man back for that little punch out on the offside.
Yeah. But remember, at the end of the previous over, or end of the what would have been the 4th over, Rashakura wanted the strike rate. He certainly made the most of it. He ended up getting 19 off that over.
It's really quick again. It's Rory Macan making the stop. He's definitely in the firing line, and Evans probably just saying, "You okay, buddy?" Look how quick this is.
That one, yeah, was that one over the shoulder? I think it is. Yeah, it's a good call. So, again, that reduces his ability to bowl short now because he can't have another one over the shoulder. I still think he'll probably try and get it about chest high, but he's got to be careful, Evans.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to bowl a no ball for a second bouncer.
Shot. Beautiful shot. And that goes all the way as well, I think. Does it? Yes, it does. Put him up. Don't be shy. Manos arriba, Vitro. Eso es 6 carreras más. What an innings this is. Are we going to see a surprise here? Are we going to see a shock? Is this going to be defeat for Carlton? Are Cluj going to put their place in the final?
Settle down, Rico. There's a long way to go. Okay, they still need over 50 runs. What I will tell you, Cluj, they did pull off the biggest chase of 2021 when they chased down 159. And now a dot ball from Evans, who it just went a bit fuller, didn't he, after that one was over the shoulder.
Yeah.
And again, Rashakura seems to be a bit ahead of the game. He's got to be careful with that little dab now to third man, because there's a really fine third man. He's got to actually try and hit that one more over point where there's a gap.
Yeah, I think, though, with the pace on the ball here, I think...
Could go for 6.
It's just going to fly.
Around the wicket now.
Shot, and this goes to the boundary as well. Safe mass. Oh, well, it's Patake time here. Swere, grande bitch, Kadama over the bit, Patake, Chalpe, and all the fireworks are coming off the bat of Rashakura. What a shot this is.
Well, we wondered about his fitness. Tell you what, the best anaesthetic sometimes is Maximo's, because he whacks another one, moves to 64. That's 8 that he's hit out of the ground now. Evans back over the wicket, last ball of the over.
And finishes with the dot. And 33 coming off Ali Evans over. Well, Rashakura has just taken apart, really, you got to say, in the 2 overs that Ali Evans has bowled. The Scottish international, he's played, represented Scotland for over 100 times, taken 250 international wickets. Well, he goes wicketless here. He goes for 33. Sensational stuff happening here at the Carlton Oval. You're watching the Bat the Ball European Cricket League. It's the Champions League of cricket. Action-packed entertainment. It's a frenzy of cricket. Well, how can you not love it? How can you not love it? This is why this format of the game has taken the world by storm.
After that first over, only 6, but since then we've had double digits every time. Second over went for 10, then 20, 10, 25, 13. So 38 off the last 2 overs. At the moment, they're up with that rate, but can they hold on? This is what I think is going to be the most challenging over for them from here out. It's the second over from Adil Raza, the leg spinner.
Oh, this will be a chance, and it's going to be Rory Macan. And no mistakes from him. He makes sure it's safe. So Raza gets a breakthrough. It's Taranjeet that goes. Now, okay, I know there's probably many out there saying, well, it doesn't matter where they are at the moment. It's only about 11 and over that they need. But bear in mind, they have lost Nani Gotla already. Taranjeet now goes. So really, the batters that are coming in now haven't performed at all this week. So it's all going to be about playing smart. And smart means, okay, you've got a man out there that's hitting the ball for fun. Get him on strike as much as you can. Yeah,
it's funny because you don't have to see Taran playing second fiddle. But I think, yeah, you're probably right. But he just wanted to try and hit a 6 of his own. It was well bowled. Adil Raza, who tempted him into that stroke, to be fair. Sometimes you can know the sensible thing to do, but you can still see a ball that you think is in your zone. That went straight up in the air. Rory Macan holds on to the catch. And so now we've got the 2 semi-injured players out there together. Abdul Asif coming out at number 4. That breaks the partnership of 84. And, wow, it came off only 35 balls. A lot of it due to Rashakura, who scored 64 out of those 84. He's still there. And, of course, the rule in the ECN, they do have to cross back. So new batter will be on strike. So, again, it's rewarding the bowler and rewarding the fielding side for holding the catch. So Asif, let's see what he can do here in qualifier number 1.
That's the right thing. It's getting... Oof.
He's laboured that single.
Strike. But you can see he's got there now, and he's, well, feels the pain, and he's probably going to have a look back at him saying, well, he does go for it himself.
Wasn't going for these earlier. He's making the 22 yards look a long way. Anyway, showtime. This is the battle we want to see.
Raza makes the early movement. And you can see that his giddy up time. He's riding the horse. He gets to the other end.
I don't think you want to be conservative here, but I don't think you want to over-attack and throw your wicket away against Raza, because you know, okay, BT, don't think he's going to bowl. He's been really good against the seamers as well. Rashakura, as if might as well go here.
Ooh, is that a missed dump?
No.
Come out the crease.
Really good side spin. Cameron. Yeah, it's really good side spin, which beats the bat here. I think that foot stays planted.
And will this carry? And it does. Another catch taken. So the new batter comes. Abdul Asif has a go at it, And once again, he doesn't quite get there. This is all about the flight. And, well, it's something like one batter at the other end makes look easy. He's been hitting them for fun. New batter, see if doesn't get to it. Skies it in the air. A good catch taken because this was coming down pretty quickly.
It's a good over, though. Really good over. Like the subtle adjustment of the length. It still tempts him into it, but it's not quite there. Doesn't arrive. Top edge. Nice catch held as well. So I think that was Gupta that took the catch. It's, in fact, no, it's Harry Simpson who's on the field. There you go. Nice catch by him. That's Abdul Asif. I actually don't mind that. I know it sounds crazy, but you got one more ball, and you've still got some good hitting to come. You've got Sivakumar Periyalwa coming out there now. You've still got Vasu Saini. You've still got Gaurav Mishra as well. So I actually think you don't want to burn a ball here. I think you don't really want to one, if I'm honest, because you've got Rashakura at the other end on 65, and isn't he playing out of his skin?
Yeah, he's having a game and a half, isn't he?
Yeah. So they've got Periyalwa, Saini, and Mishra. So they've still got batting to come. Last ball. And it's hard because you never want to throw your wicket away, but I think Periyalwa, if I was him, I'd probably, if I see something, I'm going for it here. Not that many deliveries remaining.
Does go for it. He'll find the fielder, but he also gets the single, so that's a win, I think, for Carlton.
Yeah, I think it is. But anyway, still set batters there. When I say set batters, specialist batters there at the crease for Cluj. At the end of 7 overs, 87 for 3. What a humdinger we've got here in qualifier number 1. I'm sure the action will keep coming in the second match of the day. Eliminated 3. Alton, the Swiss champions, versus Brescia CC, the champions of Italy. The news from the toss. Alton have won the toss. They'll be bowling first, so Brescia CC will see them with the bat. First up, and Ali Raza Islam, he's listed there at 7, but they've been opening with him. I think that he's likely to open, and probably get to see Baba Hussain in the number 3 position as one of our favourite players as well. Abdullah Safi, Mr. 100%, will be out there. Bashir Khan holds his spot with his left arm spin. Bashrat Ali with his left arm pacey deliveries. And Alton, they've got a bunch of players which can hit the ball well. Thiruna Vukarasu, I think, has had a very good week for them. Ali Naya, he's been floating up and down the order as well. Remember, whoever doesn't win that game, it's called the eliminator for a reason. They'll be out of ECL 22. Umar Mohammed, his first over went for 25. He's coming back in. And I think now you just don't want to dot here if you're Periyalwa. A 1, 4, 6, they're all fine. Yeah. And then you hand it over to Rashakura, who certainly had Umar Mohammed's measure in the last over that these two tangled.
Really focusing on getting the field right. Here he comes. And, well, you can't set a field to this. This is out of here. And, well, the troubles for Mohammed continue. They're, well, picking on him a little today. Well, that takes him into the 30s now. What a good shot this is. Uses his feet beautifully and plays it with, hits it with the spin.
Sivakumar Periyalwa has a 39-ball T20 International 100 for the Romanian national team. Second only to the Beast and a couple of others on 35. And this is where you got to also just be a little bit careful with the overs. I do think they're probably okay, but you can't spend too much time chatting about it as a fielding team.
Yeah, interesting there. Rory Macan has come over and said something in the bowler's ear. So I wonder what this is all about.
Again, 1, 4, 6. You're happy if you're Romanian.
Good comeback.
That's the good result for the Scottish champions, because it just eats up a ball. Still a lot of runs to get.
Yeah, he plays this one cool. I think this is all about knowing he smashed the first one for 6, and he's thinking, okay, no, you're not going to get me going across the line. So he's played into the deck, so gets a single. I think that's sensible. They don't want to, just as you said, Vinny, you don't want to throw your wicket away unnecessarily, especially when you've hit the first ball for 6.
Yeah, I mean,
you made a good start.
I think what McCann said there to Umar Mohammed is stop tossing it up. You got to dart it, okay? Because every time you've challenged him by tossing it up, it's disappeared. What's this?
Oh. Wow, this is just sensational. 4 runs. He swiveled on it. He's done the reverse Malachi, and it goes all the way to the boundary.
Oh, I think this is a bad decision that turns out good, honestly, because if he misses that, it's big trouble. And sometimes your luck's in, your luck's in. He already got dropped by one of the best fielders in the competition for 6. I still can't believe that shot, but he gets away with it. 69 for Rashakura.
He plays that off the back foot of the ball that is going to hit the middle of off stump.
I think he knows it's going to be pace on, though. I think he knows it's going to be a quicker ball. So what's the next one from Umar Mohammed?
full. Oh, he's mistimed it. It's in the air. Is anyone going to get this? Will be a great catch. Oh, that is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And he is absolutely fired. Well, we saw this yesterday when it was the catch taken by Imad Khan when he got rid of the beast, and I thought that's the match just there. Well, same here. This is the match. What a catch. This is unbelievable. What a catch this is. Sensational. Oh, well, I'm lost for words with this one. This takes your breath away.
It does. He was off really quickly. That's why he can get there, Umar Mohammed. He spent no time spectating. He had 2 or 3 really quick steps. I think he realised that there's no way that's getting to the outfield, so he's the only man on the field that could have caught it. Rashakura, he'll be kicking himself because that was one that he could have sent out of the ground. He wrapped his bat around it, but he goes for a highly entertaining and influential 69 of 24 balls. 8 big maximos in there and 4 fours. The score now 98 for 4. This game tightens up.
Yeah, sensational. I mean, look, fantastic knock this from Rashakura. He really does well. I mean, he's really been through the pain barrier. He stayed out there in the field. He's gone out there and batted. I reckon that's why he stayed out there in the field. I think the discussion, I think, that Nani Gotla was having with the umpires was, if he goes off, can he open the batting? And they probably explained to him, well, not until if he's off for 3-4 overs, he can't actually come out and open the batting.
That's right.
That's why he stayed out there, and you can see it was a right decision. He's kept his team in it, but look, that wicket now, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, it does.
But look, this man, Sani.
Sani can bat, and they've got Mishra. And after that, I'm a bit concerned. But what I would say, I'll tell you how well Rashakura batted. He scored more runs off less balls than Rory Macan. And you know how well Rory Macan batted this morning. Slightly different style, but wow.
Last ball, can he finish well? They want a boundary here. Oh, well, they'll get a wide. That'll do.
Such a good leave.
That'll do.
You got to trust that's going to break because that's almost crashing the leg stump. Really good eye by Saini to get another crack.
And he does hit this well, but he goes to the fielder. So a good finish from Umar Mohammed. I mean, they did target him. He goes for 38, but that wicket that he takes, caught and bowled, he did it all by himself. But that more or less makes up for it. I tell you, somebody who's going to be very happy with that as well, that's Pillai, because Pillai did drop Rashakura before he got to his 50. In fact, it was a 6 that took him to his 50. So he's gone on and added almost 20 runs. So getting him out there, he'll be feeling a little bit happier, Pillai. First one he's dropped, he's been sensational. Now a lot of conversation here. Rory Macan talking once more to the bowler. Now this is a big throw of the dice for me, because though the bowling of Shahid Khan has been good, there's been times against batters of this calibre that they've taken a liking to him as well. I probably would have gone with Gupta, maybe, but I think they're looking, because with Beattie off the field, because they haven't got Southwell here, I think Gupta is probably the one going to bowl the last.
Well, now I'm really excited for a big finish. And actually, they're 4 runs ahead on the comparison. What I would say, though, that last over for Safi going for 19. Just couldn't quite get his length right. Shahid Khan. It all happens in the 9th.
Oh. Take the run. You've got to do it.
You need half of them here, I think, in the 9th.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I think you need 2 boundaries, ideally 3. You got 2 new batters, fairly new batters out there. Periawa has been out there slightly longer. He handled the pace really well in the ECC, playing for the Romanian national team last year. And bringing up 1 extra into the circle at the moment.
First time, though, Vinny, first time that Carlton have been tested. First time, I think they've been made to work.
It's important they are, and this game is still far from over, but they need something out of these 2. I mentioned Mishra probably come in at number 7, if required. Here's Shahid Khan.
Firmly struck to the fielder. Khan sometimes can be a little short. His first ball was absolutely spot on, full and straight. That one a little bit short. That's the one you have to try and target.
And Saini, who's facing up now, he's more of a front foot player, I think. You know, he does hit the ground nicely, hit down the ground nicely.
They're changing the field for each bat, so they've obviously done some homework.
Got a full baseball field here. All 5 are in front of the wicket that are in the outfield.
Shot, and that's why they're changing it.
Yeah,
they've done their homework. They know what Sani, because don't forget, he was the only one, Vasu, yesterday who scored runs against them, 35 of 17. So they've done their homework. And you see here now, with him, they don't have the extra man straight. Now, got a man who goes back onto the square leg boundary, and you see that as really good captaincy. This is why it's not just about what you do on the field of play. It's the work that you do before you even play that match.
Yeah, and look, for all the fireworks we've seen, if you dodge a boundary this over, it's very hard to lose if you're Carlton. And there's only 2 more balls left in this over, 27 off 8. It's almost like it was a dream. Isn't it that Rashakura innings?
Oh,
did it really happen?
Came from nowhere.
2 to come.
Need a boundary. And they're going to get one. And it's going to go all the way. Balle, balle, balle. Well, this match is not over yet.
I'm a bit surprised that he bangs this one in. And I think he regrets it immediately. He just has to lift it over the infield. There's nobody home. 6 runs. 21 now off 7. Geez, one more here would be game-changing, to say the least.
This is the big ball. All happens in the 9th. What a pressure delivery this is. Wide. And that's why it's a pressure delivery. He needed to get a dot in. He couldn't. There's one less to knock off.
Good stop by Macan. Gets his feet across there quickly, so he's not just going with his hands. He's getting as much as possible behind it. He goes back now for the last ball. That's probably smart because the wicket's not worth as much. I think you want to cover as much territory as possible there as a keeper. So he's always thinking 20 required, 7 balls remaining.
Hit well. It'll be 1, so we go into the last 19. It will be, that's required. And he finishes well. Just that one that he bangs in short, but I'm saying that's what's been the issue with Shaju Khan. Maybe so often he bangs the short one in and he gets punished. So are we going to have a dramatic finish? Have you got the tingle? Sir, have you got the tingle?
Not tingling just yet, but I'm sure we can get the graphic
yet.
up
Okay.
because it's on the cards. I mean, the thing is, you'll need, what do you need? You'll need 3 boundaries to make this close. You'll need 3 boundaries out of 6 balls. Look, 3 sixes will tie the game.
You're also doing it against who has been the best bowler for Carlton, Gupta. Gupta has been sensational. Yeah,
Gupta's been excellent. He's got a bit of competition for best bowler, so that's probably a good sign as well if you're a Scottish supporter. But I still go back, you know what the score was at this stage? After 9 overs, Carlton were 1-1-1.
Yes.
And Cluj 112, but they had that last over from Safi where just banged a few in and got hit in the 3rd man region. All right, here we go. 19 off the last over.
Wide. Make that 18.
Helps.
18 off 6.
It'd be a huge last over if they could do this. I mean,
3 maximos.
Yeah.
It's T10, 3 maximos.
One way to
How
look
many
at it.
times have we seen that in an over? Plenty of I think we've seen it a few times in this match alone. Gupta takes a breath.
You hear a pin drop as well at the moment.
In the air, this will be an opportunity. 3rd man, Iron gets under it, takes it to get a wicket, but also it's a dot ball. And unfortunately, though, the message will get to Periwala in a moment. He has to get back to the other end.
Yeah, exactly right. That's why that rule is important. Saini just tries to lift this one up. Mistimed. It was a leading edge, went very high. So it does mean that that's the new batter will come in. It'll have to be Mishra. He is a guy that could do this, though. I actually think probably Mishra might be a better matchup against Gupta than Vasu Saini, just because he's just 20% more explosive. But still, Saini did his best while he was there. He's always applied himself well against Carlton. He falls for 9 and it's 113 for 5.
Yeah, nice straightforward catch there, taken by Ali Shah.
Saini is one of the reasons they're only chasing 130 here. Otherwise, it could have been a lot more.
Yeah,
because he bowled very well.
12 runs off his 2 overs and that 1 wicket. He bowled brilliantly.
Okay. Oh, they haven't gone for Mishra. They've gone for Nishant Devray. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised with that. They brought the left-hander out. Didn't even bother checking. I thought they'd send out Mishra. So I suppose that does complicate things a little bit for the bowler, having to adjust to a left-hander, but still, I thought Mishra would be in the finisher they would have gone for. Does he get funky here? There's no fine leg back. There's Gupta around the wicket. Ball. Hurts. Now, what does that make it?
18 or 4, buddy. 18 or 4. So now you do this one. This one has to be sent. This one has to go big.
Worst case, you got to score and hand it over to Siva.
Yeah.
Worst case, dot ball is your scenario as a Cluj supporter that you're thinking is putting a fork in this game.
Well,
that's where I think. Yeah, Periyama's got to try and find a way to get to the other end and run out his partner. He just can't find a way to do it. Macan, he's alert to it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. I'm really surprised we didn't see Mishra come out in that situation. Who's an out-and-out boundary hitter. Nothing against Devray, but I think Mishra has done it in this series. He's done it also in ECS cricket.
Firmly hit, but it's only a single, so unless there's any foot fault, no balls or anything like that, this match is done. But look, you got to say, Cluj, they pushed them all the way in this one. It was all one way yesterday.
At least they've shown they can compete, and that's really important if they do get another chance at Carlton in the final, because otherwise it wasn't looking good. What we saw yesterday on Super Thursday with the teams that ran into the Scots.
No, it wasn't. I mean, yesterday we all talked about it was an 8-wicket victory for Carlton when they dismissed or they restricted Cluj just to 86. So it's been an improved performance. And this has been well hit, and this one will go for 6 runs. And this is what we were talking about. You see, we do know what we're talking about. He's got to be on strike. You have to take the single, and those dot balls earlier on. Well, how expensive could this be? This is a really good shot. Uses his feet well, gets to the pitch of it, hammers it over and out of the ground. 6 runs.
What could have been? Hey, 11 off 1. Just don't bowl a no ball or a wide, and you're safe. Last ball of this one. And well, Carlton, they'll do it. Rico, they're the first team through to the final later on today. They certainly deserve their victory, but they were pushed every step of the way by Cluj, who batted well as a team, didn't they? They had a bunch of performers that came out and picked up the pace. Gupta, he closes it well with 2 for 14 in his 2 overs, but ultimately there's only 10 runs between the teams. The final score, Carlton from Scotland, 130. Cluj, the Romanians, 120. What a match.
Well bowled Gupta. Gupta basically was the Sani of Cluj. Bowled really well, while all the others, including the captain, Ellie Evans, got hit all over the place. Umar Mohammed as well. He took a bit of stick, but, and there's a huge but here, he did take the corner bowled, which got rid of Rashakura, and that was a match there. I feel that was a big wicket, but there was plenty of highlights. First, this was an incredible catch. Nadi Gotla, he was gone, and without scoring. And Taranjeet, well, this one was an amazing hit. I thought this one was going to be a catchable one, but it kept on going. This one we thought was going to be bowled, but that kept on going to the boundary as well. There were some nice shots. That was how Rashakura started. He wasn't going to be running because he couldn't. He was going to be hitting, and he hit big. He batted really well. 69 runs, and they were thunderous runs. He was brutal, and he said to the captain, well, I don't care where you've been. I don't care where you played. I don't care about your international caps. I'm going to just hit you for fun. Well, there was that to cause that injury to Beattie. Let's hope that that is not too serious. It was a big clash. I think it was his shoulder and back. He, I think quite rightly, didn't come back onto the who to play. Simpson was the 12th man. And this, well, how rare was that? That was a drop catch from Pillai, and everything went. Sunglasses went, the hat flew off. But unfortunately for him, the ball also went to the boundary. Well, they liked it because they said that's 6. Yes, it was. It was a shakka, and that one was as well. And at this point, even when Evans came back to try and stop the rod, he couldn't. Try to come round the wicket, and it was hit for a huge 6. And this one, well, it's gone up in the air, and safe hands from Rory Macan.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really interesting innings, wasn't it? I did miss Beattie with the ball. They missed his left arm spin, providing that variety. We saw the ball going into the right-hander, just a bit easier to handle. Harry Simpson came on for Beattie after that nasty clash. And this one was outrageous from Rashakura. The reverse, one step ahead of the bowling. And had Rory Macan scratching his head a little bit out there. Now this is the big moment on 69 Rashakura. But you really should have hit this for 6. Umar Mohammed, he was off to the races really quickly and took the catch. And wasn't he fired up? Again, it was a big moment in the game because he felt if Rashakura had stayed there till the end, they're probably getting these runs.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a huge moment. It really was. Look, you can see Carlton, they were panicked. They didn't know what to do at some points. That's why Evans came back into the attack early. I mean, we saw that when they were asked the question yesterday when we had Ali Evans on the mic, he was saying, yeah, he does like to all these bowlers, they bowl one over each, and then once they bowl